Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. I'm going to bring you something practical. We got a lot of new preppers coming on board and they're trying to prepare. Let me tell you one mistake I've made and I'm trying to remedy it now. And it's not a bad mistake because, you know, having ammo and lots of ammo is good, especially in today's environment. Now, a few years ago, ammo was scarce. During the pandemic, it's hard to find. It was expensive. The availability has definitely come back. But still, a lot of it's expensive. It has come down in price. But don't make the same mistake I make. And this is 30 plus years of collecting ammunition and shooting. If you're just starting out, you can correct it. Or if you've been, you know, just doing it for a few years and you're just starting to put some ammunition back. To me, ammunition is real wealth. It is the ability, instead of having to stack gold and silver, you can stack lead and brass. So I highly recommend it. It's just another form of your wealth because you can't put it in a Federal Reserve note. It is sad. I wish you could. I wish I could take $100 bills, put it back and say, you know, in 10 years, it's going to have the equivalent value of what it does today. But because of inflation, because it is backed by absolutely nothing, literally, because, you know, they say it's the full faith and credit of the United States, and that's worth zero nowadays. So I wish I could put Federal Reserve notes and say, you know what, that's a nest egg, it's for a rainy day. No, you have to turn it into something. People put it in stocks and bonds, and then they have a huge gamble. And hopefully their investments go up higher than inflation, so they get a return on it. Yes, gold and silver, you can put it in there. But let's talk about my mistake. My mistake is these are just a few boxes of 223 or 5.56. And that's one of the most common calibers I have. Other than 22 and 9 mil is 223 and 5.56. My mistake is over the 30 years. You know, I might go to a gun show, go somewhere, and I find a case of 1,000, I grab it. Sometime during that 30 years, ammunition was harder to find. So, you know, you grab whatever you could grab. You grab 500 rounds here, or you find a few boxes that were on sale, and you bought it. My problem is literally, I don't know how many different 223 or 5.56 I have. Now, if you have an AR-15 in 5.56 chambered, you can shoot 223. 223 will fire in it just fine. You do not want to fire a 5.56 round in a 223. The reason is the 5.56 has a lot more pressure. It's not designed for a 223. But if you have a 5.56 AR, you're good. You can shoot 223. So in the past, I have collected a lot of both. The problem is I have no idea how many different brands, you know, and there's all kinds, as you can see here. And this ain't even scratching the surface. And then you throw in reloads. So my goal, and it's going to take me a month or two, literally, is to find out what I have, inventory it, as in the who makes it. Most of it's either 55 grain or 62 grain. So I can figure out what I need to get my firearms sighted into. There are firearms that I will sight it in for 223, and the bulk of my firearms will be at 5.56 to 62 grain. So if you're just starting off, don't make the same mistake. What you want to do is do some research. Buy a few varieties, 2, 3, 4, 5, but buy one box. Take it to the range. Shoot that weapon. See how each round does in that particular weapon, because different manufacturers, different rounds will do different accuracy. So you're really trying to put it on a bench and you're shooting for accuracy. When you determine what works best in your firearm, go and buy that. Even if, you know, you're at a store one day and this different box of 223 or 5.56 is a little bit cheaper, try to stick with the brand. That way your zero's the same. Now, granted, if you're doing some shooting, some type of reflexive shooting, and you're at 50 yards, 25 yards, just close stuff, you know, the accuracy really doesn't matter. You could shoot some cheaper ammunition in it, that's for sure. But my problem is, over the years, I've just, whatever was available, whatever was a good deal, I grabbed. Now, granted, that's not really too bad of a problem, seeing I have a huge surplus of it, and I can go through, pick out what I want to have everything set up with, and the rest is investment. or it is a tradable thing with some of my other buddies. So don't make the same mistake. Find out what works in your weapon. Now, if it's a 30-30, there's lots of different brands out there. Buy a box of each. It will literally, different brands will not shoot as good as other brands. Take it to the range, shoot your 30-30, get it sighted in perfectly, then only buy that round. If you can try to buy it from the same lot at the same time. If you're just a deer hunter and for personal protection, you know, buying it at different times is okay. Now, if you're a precision shooter and you shoot 5, 6, 1,000 meters, and your accuracy is, you know, you're counting every little bit of accuracy out of that cartridge, then definitely you're going to have to do something different. But for the average person out there, find your ammunition that works best. Forget everything else. Buy that. Now, granted, if hard times come and you can't get what you normally buy, then yeah, definitely, you know, don't not buy something, because you can resight your weapon in, or you could do this. Say you buy 2 brands of ammunition, calculate what's the best one, and then you can save your data for your other run. So if you know your other ammo shoots low, guess what? Make a mental note of that, write that down so you can adjust your scope, adjust your sights accordingly. So for you beginners out there, or you might be been prepping for a while and you've been doing what I've done. You got all this ammo. Go through it, figure out what you have the most, get the weapon sighted in for that, and go from there. Thanks for watching.